Live from Camp Briteside in Georgetown, Texas, this is the Eagle Nation Coaches Show with head coach Chuck Griffin. Camp Briteside, located at 8701 Rural Route 2338 or Williams Drive in Georgetown, Texas, is the host of this year's show. And now, here's the voice of your Georgetown Eagles, Wally Harmon. You may be the very best. Did nothing go out?
Let's keep going.
Oh,
we'll
goodness.
make it work.
Yeah. So I'm excited for the district now coming in. These games, it's not that the first three games didn't mean something, but now it's a battle for that district title, one game at a time, 1-0 like Coach likes to talk about. And these guys, it's been fun watching them grow through these first three games, and I'm excited to see what's going to happen against Leander.
Dave, your view on the sideline each game, it's fun to watch some of these big plays and see that reaction and how this crowd lights up and how these kids react with all the changes they faced in the offseason. Now 3 games in, they come settled into and getting settled into the coaching changes, the new schemes, the new setups, the new calls, everything out there. Your thoughts on those first 3 games and a look forward at Leander on Friday night?
Well, Georgetown has a big physical football team this year with lots of talent in a lot of places. We've got a lot of kids returning on defense and a lot of talent on offense. And it's really, from the sideline, you get to see the big O-line that we have. You get to see the running backs coming down the field, just bowling people over. So it's a lot of fun. We got to see a good sneak peek of the first 3 games, and we'll see how we do in district. But I think we're hopefully sleepers, and we nobody's paying attention to us right now. We go in and handle our business 1-0. And well, I did notice a few more cameramen down on the sideline there on Friday night, but it's a very physical football team, and it's very cohesive early. They've really come together quickly as a unit.
And one day in the week's conversation with the broadcaster for Leander, the question he sent me was, can you keep the offense from scoring more than 50 on us, please? Leander picked homecoming for Friday night for Georgetown to come into town. So a little incentive to spoil their fun. Let them enjoy Friday at school. Let them go home sad for Friday night's dance after a beatdown would be a nice way to send that present. But he even said, not sure what we were thinking when we scheduled it, and please keep it under 50.
No.
People are paying attention. People are seeing what this offense is doing. People are seeing what this defense is doing. One stat that stuck out to me as we went to halftime in Copper Scope a couple weeks ago was the fact that this team has outscored its opponents 118-8 in the first half. And that 8 was probably something this defense would be upset about that they allowed, and it was against Copperas Cove. But an honor to hang their hat on of what a job they've done in the first half. And then where does this team evolve into a 4-quarter team? When you have to play a team that's going to have an offense and a defense that's going to push you when adversity strikes, how is this team going to respond? Things that we'll talk to Coach Griffin about, but something to look forward to because the competition level will go up. You have a Lake Belton in front of you. Right. You have a Rouse in front of you. You have the bookmark at the end of the district. You've got Cedar Park. So you've got good teams out there that we will face, and then a battle you're going to face on the 18th against your crosstown opponent with the Eastview Patriots. And so it doesn't get easier from here for this team, but the future looks good for this team after a big non-district season. It's
been very exciting to see the success in the first quarter and the second quarter, how we get out to a quick lead. Even special teams is getting involved and making big plays. The first game against Belton, some big plays on special teams. So that opens things up for the playbook and, lets you play your offense throughout the rest of the game and kind of everything calms down because you're pretty convincing lead pretty early. That's nice.
We've seen it a couple of times. Well, all three games this year. The opposing teams haven't been able to get into their game plan because they've fallen behind quickly. Mm-hmm. And Coach and I have talked about it. We've talked about it last week. Copperas Cove comes in scoring a lot of points per game in their first 2 games, and then our defense outscores their offense for the entirety of this game. That's a beautiful thing.
And I don't think you've opened up all the playbooks yet. I think you've kept those some of those plays have probably been talked about, practiced, but left unveiled to be brought out
Very good
when they need it. And so a lot of opportunity there as well. But you love it when you can go into the district season after your bye week with a 3-0 record and some convincing wins over teams that have a reputation. It's got to be enjoyable. Something to talk about. I talked to Coach Griffin on his way in and stopped him. Got to talk about it. Tucker Griffin got his first start at the collegiate level this past week. He came in relief the game before, down 13, led the team back, became for a win. Was the offensive player of the week, and then earned the start, got the win in his first start as a college quarterback. So congrats to Tucker Griffin on that, on his first win as a starting quarterback, but now 2-0 in a crunch time. When you come in down 13, what pressure to put on a quarterback who's sitting at your number 2 slot now at the starter position. And it'll be fun to watch this week. They take on a school in Davenport out of Iowa, coming down from the D1 level to D2. So it'll be fun to watch. It's Tucker. Former players. We love to talk to them. We got to see a lot of them at Tucker's wedding when we talked about that, when we got to see a lot of the players that came back, Marquise Goodwin and several others. Draymond. Dickman came back. Drayden Dickman came back, and then Broden Elliott was there. And so good to see a lot of the former players coming back and around supporting each other. But good to hear about Tucker, and congrats to him winning his first collegiate start this past weekend. So congrats to him. We'll take a timeout. I think Coach is right about halfway to 3/4 through with his meal. So we'll take a quick timeout. We come back. It's head coach Chuck Griffin. He'll join us live here on the Eagle Nation Coaches Show, live from Camp Briteside. We'll be right back.
Georgetown, there's a new dining and entertainment spot in town, Camp Briteside. Come and enjoy unbelievable food and drink menu in our rustic dining room or on the huge covered patio. Camp Briteside is not just great food and drink, but unmatched atmosphere that includes outdoor games, a wiffle ball field, and outdoor stage. Camp Briteside is located at 8701 Rural Route 2338, also known as Williams Drive, near Ronald Reagan Boulevard. Camp Briteside is the site of the Eagle Nation Coaches Show every Wednesday at 6 p.m. For food, fun like none other in Georgetown, visit Camp Briteside and stay a while.
Back here live, Camp Briteside with the Eagle Nation Coaches Show, joined now by head coach Chuck Griffin. If the earpiece is too loud, let me know. We'll turn it down. We got all good ramped up here. Coach, a bye week, a good time for this team for some downtime, but yet to work on some things.
Yeah.
How did the bye week go? What things got accomplished for this team? How are we looking ready, heading into Friday night at Leander?
We always have things to work on every week. So having a few practices in there where we don't have a game, we don't have to game plan, and we can just work on each other. And one of the things we do during our bye week is we go good on good a lot. So we get to see the speed of the game and just work on our offense and work on our defense, and we're not game planning. So that was really big for us last week, and just continue to get better from that standpoint. And then the other big push during this week is like this Friday's the end of the 6 weeks. So last week a big push was grades and hiring some teachers to come in and do tutorials and those kind of things.
Health-wise, how does this team come in as we move to the start of district play? The key, you want to be healthy as long as you can through the season and make that run. How healthy is Georgetown coming into this week?
We're pretty healthy. There's a couple of spots where we're a little dinged up, and not very deep, but for the most part, we're pretty healthy.
Go for it.
Coach, I want to go back to the first 3 games. This defense, I know offense is what a lot of folks like to talk about, but I've been very impressed with this defense. Talk about the steps they have made early in this season.
They're playing really good. And the big thing is, I think, having 7 guys that have significant playing time or were started the previous year, that was big, but we're learning an entirely new concept of defense. And, how is that going to go? How is that going to gel? And man, they've done a great job taking coaching from Coach Laux and all our new coaches and putting that into practice and going out there and playing good. And you mentioned it in the pre-broadcast. Just man, they're playing good and they're playing hard together. They're playing well as a unit.
And with the changes that have taken place, you do have some veterans over there, but you're also able to get a lot of the younger guys some reps, game time reps, which is just so valuable.
Yeah, absolutely. Anytime we can get our guys on the field and let them go play, that's going to help us out.
Now take that, and how do you turn that to making sure come a game that you have this talent upgrade coming in district? You're going to face these teams that have better talent. They're going to be more of a challenge. How does that affect where you don't have your starters playing 4 quarters, their readiness to go that 4 quarters if they have to?
Yeah, I think that's always kind of a coaching challenge about how do you do that. You want to keep your starters healthy, and if they don't have to play, you want your young guys to play and get experience. But at the same time, you got to get yourself ready to play 4 quarters. So our big push the last couple of weeks is in practice. Even it's just been we've got to prepare ourselves to play 4 quarters. So we've got to handle that with the way we practice, how hard we're going to practice, what our team sessions look like, the speed at which we're moving. That's been really big, and so we'll just go as we continue in this season. Our seniors, our starters, going to play more and more, and that's to be expected. So they're getting there.
So over the first 3 games, you probably saw some things that you liked and you didn't like, and you had the bye week. What's one thing that you saw over the first 3 games that really impressed you, and what's one thing that you told your staff, hey, we should work on this?
I think the big thing for us is just we're playing together as a unit. We've taken care of the ball offensively. That's been huge. We haven't turned the ball over. And then defensively, we've been gaining turnovers and causing some turnovers. Both of those are huge. And I think from our special teams has been really good at times, and that's probably where we've seen, hey, we need to take some advantage here and get better at a few things and put a few more wrinkles in and those kind of things and make sure that we're gaining an advantage in the special teams realm. So, I mean, really, that was it. There's some minor things here and there, and obviously the biggest thing that I want to see in improvement is coming out of the second half and being able to play when you're ahead, because you're going to have to play down the stretch when you're not. So being able to play when you're ahead, that's the biggest thing that I want to see us improve on.
Coach, how awesome was it Friday night? There was a special guest in the stadium Friday night. Very touching moment before the game.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about that young man and his inspiration for this team.
Yeah, Briggs has been a special part of our program for almost 2 years now, and introduced us. He's a young man here and struggling with some cancer and had made a lot of progress and walked out last year with us to flip the coin, and we helped him. His Make-A-Wish was granted to go meet some of the Cincinnati Bengals, and we helped him. We helped the Cincinnati Bengals present that to him as well, and he's had a rough go of it the last few months, but is on the upswing, and he had to be up in the press box because of his bone marrow transplant, had to be a little bit secluded, and so it was cool to see him up there and Y'all didn't get to see this, but he did the gritty across the countertop in the window while we were waving at him. So he looks like he's feeling good and doing better.
We did get to see that smile on that young man's face, and that was inspirational.
Yeah.
As we go into district play, the first game on the road, Leander, a team that has some athletes, team that will spread it out. They'll throw it.
Yeah.
Wooldridge is one of those names that will come out. Hargrave will come out as a name, wide receiver, running back. They like to be in the return positions.
Yeah.
What do we look for out of Leander on Friday night? They're going to be pumped up. It's their homecoming, wanting to try to steal a win. What do we look for?
Yeah, I mean they're gonna be a well-coached football team. They're going to get there, and it is homecoming for them. It's first district win, and it's on the road. So I mean, we got a lot of cards stacked against us going into that game. And they've got some athletes and some things to prepare for. I've gone over to Leander many times over the past few years, thinking we're going to walk away with a W, and got my face punched. So. We've got to be ready for that and understand that. So our guys are playing well, and I expect them to go play a really good game this weekend. But Leander does present some challenges. They're a little power read scheme. We just haven't seen it, haven't had to defend it yet. So that'll be a little interesting deal. How do we handle that, and what does that look like? That kind of caught us off guard last year, and they've gotten much better at it over the last year. So. We'll have to defend against that, and then defensively they run a 3-3 stack, which is a little bit kind of a rule breaker for most running games. So you got to handle some things on the offensive line and up front. Our guys, we trust our guys and to go out there and make those decisions. So
how much alike is the offense that Leander runs compared to like we've seen with Glenn or with Liberty Hill?
They're not
it's
that.
Not the running emphasis.
No, they're spread out. They're going to run their quarterback a lot, and they have two guys that play. They've kind of switched quarterbacks about midstream and playing one a lot more than the other one now. But they're going to run their quarterbacks a lot. So when you have a quarterback that can run and you're willing to do that over and over, that presents a challenge because you got another person in the box that you got to defend defensively. And, it causes some challenges when you haven't seen that. And to be honest, we haven't seen a running quarterback, this year. So you got to be sound on the backside. You got to make sure that he's not going to pull it on the zone read or the counter read and go make some hay. So.
Well, and that's one of the things that people who listen to the broadcast may be sick and tired of hearing me talk about, but the assignments, everybody taking care of their assignments. Mm-hmm. This team really looks like they're really good at that. And in talking to the players, they never seem satisfied with where they're at. Yeah, always striving to get better.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that's a contributor to the type of kids we have, the families come from, the community they come from, and man, they want to be good. They want to be good. They work hard. They work at it really hard, and man, it's great to see them get out there and take advantage of that, and work to be successful, and work to be assignment right, and work to get better.
I think this team's got so much speed, and you have a problem trying to figure out who's going to be the spy. Because any one of the kids in the backfield can just track them down super fast.
Yep. Yeah, we're blessed with some speed this year, and that hasn't always been a Georgetown trend. So we're excited to have it, and hopefully we're using it really well.
Separate coaching to the family side.
Yeah.
How much fun are you having watching Tucker as he gets that first start last week and his first win?
Yeah, we got to travel up there, and they actually were on the road, but we flew up and drove about a 2.5-hour trip to Jefferson City, Missouri, and watched him play Lincoln University, and he had a really good game, threw 3 touchdowns, and he's doing really well. So that was cool to watch, and just excited about him and Ellie and how their family's developing and what they're doing, and man, he's doing a great job, so we're excited to see that.
It's awesome to see these kids move on and they go to the next level to succeed. And we kind of take a liking to Tucker, knowing you guys being at that wedding. And so exciting to see him get his first career win on his first start. That's pretty cool feat for a young man. And so
I appreciate you playing Ty's music, too. That's been cool to hear. I haven't heard it yet, but I've heard about it. So
we've enjoyed it. It's fun. We got to do some research after getting the chance to meet Ty back this summer and then getting to play some of the music. And Kelly has it scripted so we know what's coming, so we listen a little bit longer. So the intros are a little longer coming back with his music because we're all enjoying it before we come back live. But
so if you call a timeout, just take all of it. All right. Helps us in those transitions.
Okay.
And somebody gets a cramp, just Tell H to let him lay there a little bit longer.
Okay. All right.
In this season, as you're the head coach, your focus is football right now, also the athletic coordinator at Georgetown. A busy fall season, volleyball team doing well. You get these cross-country teams going. You've got all these other sports ramping up. How is the state of athletics at Georgetown High School as a whole?
It's really good. The past few years we've run the Brazil Cup. That's the All-American Statement top athletic program and the ATX. And we were the year before we were runners-up. We got beat by 6A, so we were the best 5A programs. So. Man, our coaches and our athletes do a tremendous job. And I think right now tennis is undefeated. I think they're 4-0 or 5-0 right now. Our cross country is doing well. Volleyball is doing really well. They're having an outstanding season. So, right now things are cooking.
I tell you what, something that was fun to see on Tuesday night a week ago. Eastview came over on volleyball. The coaching staff saw a lot of coaches out there. The stands full of students, and it was very unfriendly to Eastview in a 3-game smackdown. But it's fun to see how these students respond to support each other. That night at the volleyball matches, you get a lot of these student athletes coming out. And then on Friday nights, how these students fill up and support this football team. How big is it for these kids to have that support from their schoolmates?
That's huge. It's if you've ever been a team that doesn't travel well, you can tell. And, our guys travel well. They show up. They're loud. Our guys get into the crowd, and man, it's exciting to see.
The Chicago White Sox could use some of that.
The Georgetown Eagles 3-0. Friday night, they'll be on the road. AC Bible Stadium over on Leander High School's campus. A 7 o'clock kick. We'll be live on the air at 6:15 with a pregame. But come over and enjoy a night of Georgetown football on the road. Should be there low to mid 80s at the high, but a cold front, a cooler front, whatever you want to call it, coming in. Join it here, beautiful tonight here at Camp Briteside. But come join us there live at AC Bible Stadium, and then we'll follow it up week 2 of district. We'll be back home to take on Killeen Chaparral, so we'll be back at the friendly confines of Birkelback Field. But this Friday night, 7 o'clock kickoff at AC Bible Stadium. Let's take a quick time out. We come back. We'll go with Noah Faltasek first on the offensive side of the ball. He'll join us here on the Eagle Nation Coaches Show live from Camp Briteside. We'll be right back.
Georgetown, there's a new dining and entertainment spot in town, Camp Briteside. Come and enjoy unbelievable food and drink menu in our rustic dining room or on the huge covered patio. Camp Briteside is not just great food and drink, but unmatched atmosphere that includes outdoor games, a wiffle ball field, and an outdoor stage. Camp Briteside is located at 8701 Rural Route 2338, also known as Williams Drive, near Ronald Reagan Boulevard. Camp Briteside is the site of the Eagle Nation Coaches Show every Wednesday at 6 p.m. For food, fun like none other in Georgetown, visit Camp Briteside and stay a while.
We're back live here at Eagle Nation Coaches Show. Saw some of the good food coming out. Sorry for the little break. Camp Briteside, what a beautiful night. What a beautiful venue. We appreciate Camp Briteside and all their support for First Responder Broadcasting and Georgetown Eagle football. Number 52, your senior offensive lineman and O-line, one of the award recipients this past week, just having a good job. Man, what a challenge. Noah Faltasek joins us, and man, I get so excited. I forgot to introduce you. I apologize. Play guard.
Yes.
All of a sudden on Friday night, it's Thursday, the assignment changes. We move out to the tackle position. What kind of challenge was that? But yet it seemed to go well as you come out as this offense. Put up some great numbers on Friday night against Copper's Cove a week ago. But what was that challenge like for you? It's guard position all of a sudden, and then Thursday afternoon, hey, buddy, to the tackle you go, and you're starting tonight. Have a good night.
Well, it didn't feel too terrible because I'm always working with Caden on something on the line. So I had a pretty solid understanding as to what I was doing. But that was the first 3 down we seen that season, so I almost never work with him. So we had to figure that out.
Did you enjoy being at the tackle spot? Because I looked at the 2 deep again. I think we're back to the guard spot this week. Mm-hmm. How much fun did you have in that? What kind of a challenge was it for you? And now are you ready to go back to that guard spot?
I thought tackle was easier. I got to hit someone who was smaller than the nose.
Which was what the expectation was the big nose guard there for. That was going to be the challenge for Copper's Cove. You go back to the guard position this week. This offense seems to be clicking. Here in your senior season, a lot of questions in the unknowns. You had Sam Lopez coming back. You had Brent Hargrove. You had Scherer coming back from the defense to the offensive side. Yourself, Ryan Casieja, now in the starting positions as well. How cohesive has this offensive line come? Is quicker than what you guys expected or what you guys expected? Because it seems like it's gelled so well for you guys early on in the season.
I would say I kind of expected, like, we've all grown up and we all played other sports together, went through elementary together, so we've grown up with each other, and it's not like this was some stranger playing our position, so it was pretty good.
You guys got a week off. How ready are you all to get back on the field and not have to hit your counterparts on the same jerseys on Friday night at Leander? How big is the start of district for you guys?
I much prefer playing other teams because chasing down Luke Butch gets way too hard after a while. So
we'll get a chance to visit with Luke here in a minute and talk about that. That'll be that's a good prelude to our next interview. Will be Luke Butch join us from the defensive side.
So when they call a run play, you gotta just have a ball opening up for the run game. And is it fun just seeing them having all that success this year and just running down the field?
Yeah, but sometimes it's too much running. Flo will start calling tempo, and it's like, I can't run like this.
Okay.
This offensive line, this offensive set for you guys have come together, putting up these big numbers. How much fun is it to go out? The unknowns were answered early. Caleb McDougall has taken over in his first 3 games, done a good job. The receivers, of course, you had Davin and Xavier coming back. And then you got Westfall and Muniz. So many different weapons out there. You got 2 tight ends that are both big guys. How much fun has this offensive unit had 3 games into it, and how much are you guys looking forward as a unit to continue to try to dominate like you have?
I mean, I don't think it gets any better than this. You could be stuck on a team that's having a real long year. So being on a team that consistently does super well with good players, and I feel like we're fairly homogenous, I really enjoy it.
Some of the defensive players got confused there when you said that word, so you'll have to straighten that out for them.
SAT word of the day.
That's a big word for a fireman, too. I'm like, all right.
Run play, passing play. What's the favorite for yours to be in the blocking schemes that you guys in this offensive run? What's the favorite for you?
Oh, I love my pass plays. Giving the job to Cade and then just being there to break ribs on someone who's not paying attention.
I love the mindset of these kids. It's awesome. So there has to be that joy to not then have to chase down your own teammates and now look forward to that unknown coming across the way. The name Faltasek is not unknown here. Your brother came through before you. How much fun is it to follow in his footsteps, one, or is it just a continuation of he was one of those linebackers. He was on the defensive side. You're on the offensive line. He liked to play baseball. How much fun are you having now knowing this is your season and getting to follow in his footsteps?
I like not being known as a faulty number 2. And I'm doing my own job because he was he was on defense. That's completely different, so.
He loved to hit things that move. The one thing we're kind of curious about is what's going to happen around here when your mom's gone and all the stuff she has done for this booster club over the last few years. I'm kind of nervous about it because the merchandise continues to be the most amazing merchandise out there that we can order and wear. But now it's like, once you're graduating, how are we going to keep her around here and getting help? So I have a feeling we're going to struggle on that side as well. If you're not at football, if you're not on a football field, you're not at practice, where do we find you having fun? What do you do to relax and to kind of refresh?
I'm usually trying to hang out with some of my friends. I usually end up hanging out with Brant a lot, whether we're playing Xbox or trying to watch a movie or something. So.
In the off week, did you guys have a good chance to kind of wind down some?
Not really. I spent most of my week with H because my hip was really bugging me after that game. So I spent most of the time on the sidelines watching and just trying to stretch that out.
How about after Georgetown? Any plans?
I actually finished my application to Texas A&M last night.
Nice.
So that's the plan right now.
Well, that's a good interview with Noah Faltasek. I'm just joking. It's the feeding grounds for A&M. I swear, we have a lot of kids that go there.
Yep.
What's the career decision there? What do you want to study at A&M?
Well, I like to think I'm pretty good at math, so I'll probably head into engineering
good.
and try my hand at that.
Good school for that.
Yep.
Outside of recess, lunch, and nap time at school, what's your favorite subject that you're taking this year as a senior?
This year, probably my auto tech practicum, just to get out of the classroom and break up the monotony of normal classwork.
And what exactly do you guys get to do in the auto tech practicum? Anything just automobile related?
Pretty much, we run basically a full shop at the brand new FRC, which is super nice.
Very cool. Very cool. Any shout outs before we let you go?
Shout out Mishkat for being good at guard when I was not there. So
This boy Mishkat sitting over there with a big smile. Noah Faltasek, number 52, one of your senior offensive linemen here for the Georgetown Eagles. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, it's his arch nemesis. Luke Butch will join us from the defensive side of the ball. We'll be right back here on the Eagle Nation Coaches Show.
Georgetown, there's a new dining and entertainment spot in town, Camp Briteside. Come and enjoy unbelievable food and drink menu in our rustic dining room or on the huge covered patio. Camp Briteside is not just great food and drink, but unmatched atmosphere that includes outdoor games, a wiffle ball field, and an outdoor stage. Camp Briteside is located at 8701 Rural Route 2338, also known as Williams Drive, near Ronald Reagan Boulevard. Camp Briteside is the site of the Eagle Nation Coaches Show every Wednesday at 6 p.m. For food, fun like none other in Georgetown, visit Camp Briteside and stay a while.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Back live here at Camp Briteside for your Eagle Nation Coaches Show, joined now by number 99. He is Luke Butch, a senior defensive lineman here on the Georgetown Eagle football team. And Luke, thanks for joining us tonight. I didn't realize you were the rough 'em up counterpart to Noah Faltasek there on one-on-one drill, on the team drills when you're having to go against each other. Mm-hmm. And this defense is having a pretty stellar year. I think it's the easiest way to say it. 3 games, you guys seem to be wreaking havoc on these teams we played. How big was it against Coppers Cove for you guys to outscore the Coppers Cove Bulldog team yourself on the defensive side of the ball?
Well, it was huge. Not just as like a confidence booster, but like as just like know like where we stand throughout like how good we are, kind of. And it's really like just started like in the off season when Coach Laux came in, and it's just the continuity we have. I mean, we have a lot of seniors starting, and it's just playing together.
How hard was that going into your senior season? Some guys left, some guys returned there on the offensive line. You and Andrew Urban and Turbeville and a lot of players back. How hard was it to transition from Coach Nicky's scheme and his presentation to Coach Laux and his game plan is a little different. It's something totally different for you guys.
Yeah.
How hard was that coming into your senior year?
I mean, it was. I'd say it was very difficult because you had to like deprogram everything Nicky taught us. It's just completely different. But I mean, I love Coach Laux's scheme. It's so fun to play under, and it's been really good for us so far.
It seems like you guys have adjusted well to the changes. This defensive line has been having fun it's been a lot of experience getting played. You guys are getting to run 5, 6, 7 deep on the defensive line, maybe even more than that in some of these games when it gets out of control at 47-0 at half to start off the season against Victoria East. In that, is it enjoyable to know, hey, the next group is going to get some plays in there? I'm going to get a break, or are you guys eager to try to get that and play that whole game?
Well, I mean, obviously I want to play the whole game, but I mean, I think it's really good though because we have a lot of younger guys that want to get experience, and them playing will help out them in future years, and it's really good for them to get to play in the game.
In your senior season, how much fun are you having? 99's out there a lot, especially in the first half, getting to sling people around, lay out some hits. How much fun are you having in your senior season?
I'm having a lot of fun, especially playing with the guys I grew up with and Pop Warner with. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, we got to see you come up from, you started kind of like JV last year, and then just slowly started moving up into the varsity. Now you're all varsity, and that's a leadership role. How does that change things for you?
Well, I mean, I think it makes me be able to relate to more of the underclassmen too, like what I've been through, you're going through right now, so I can just try to give them some advice.
Yeah.
And help them through their journey.
Yeah.
Media day, you walked in. I was used to a different number, and you walk in with 99 on. And I even said, man, that's a big challenge after being worn by Michael Valenta, and you told me you were up to it. Mm-hmm. I would say through three games, it appears like you've met up to that challenge. You're doing a great job of what people used to see in 99 and who's wearing 99. How much fun are you guys having as a defense? This linebacker core seems to be feeding off you guys on the front. You've got the defensive backs that are just shutting things down. The 2 pick sixes last game against Copper's Cove. As a defense, how well are you guys gelling? The offensive unit seems to be gelling well. 3 games in, how would you say this defensive unit is from day one of practice?
I feel like we're gelling really, really well, and I feel like it's also progressive too because it's like the hard days we go through together and the difficult. We've gone through a lot of adversity, and I feel like we've grown a lot through that. And shout out just like Chance to that linebacker core because they've really helped us get lined up and just get through that. And I think as a team or as a defense, we've grown a lot from that, and we can experience in like stressful situations and how to like just play our game.
How helpful is it to have so much experience on the field defensively? You guys got in the defensive backfield. You've got several players back there that have played many a downs. You've got the linebacking core that have all got many a downs there. How helpful is that? So in a situation to make sure the lineups are set, you guys are in the right positions. How helpful is it to have that experience back there behind you?
Yeah, I think it's very helpful because it just means I feel like they're more calm and they just don't get stressed out as easily as like a younger guy would.
So we saw a 99 catch a ball last year on offense. Do you think we'll see that this year? Clutch moment. Can you catch?
I can catch. I can catch. I've been bugging Coach Flo about it lately, but we'll see what he says.
As soon as you ask, I look at Coach Griffin for any kind of a denial.
We're not giving away anything. Not saying it.
That was a funny play when it happened. That was awesome to see. In your senior year, what's the future plans for Luke Butch? Is it after Georgetown? Is it football? Is it school? What's the future look like? And what are the goals for Luke Butch?
Well, my goals are probably go to college with some of my friends and get a good degree and figure out from there. I don't really have that many plans right now. I'm just going off by ear.
How much are you enjoying the senior year away from football? As you see it coming to the end of May, June, and graduation, how much fun has this senior year been as a whole outside of football?
I mean, I'm really enjoying it, especially with all my friends, just really taking in that really is my last year. And just, I mean, I only got 2 classes to go to a day, and I'm just really having fun.
Okay, where was this when I was in school? I mean, it was a long time ago, but, man, 2 classes. What 2 classes do you take this year?
2 classes a day, 4 classes in total.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Today I had economics and math.
So not to stress yourself out with only 2 classes. And then tomorrow, what are the classes? What are the other 2?
Tomorrow I have astronomy and English.
So you're taking some good classes. At least it's not intro to basket weaving and ballet or something like that. No.
The stars are going to align for some big sacks at Bible on Friday. How about that?
No, I'm hungry.
Little segue there.
If we don't find Luke Butch at the football field in the weight room doing anything football related, what does Luke Butch do to relax and enjoy and reset?
I'm probably watching TV or playing video games. Nothing too crazy. I like to relax, and just lay in my bed.
What's the video game of choice right now?
Right now, Black Myth Wukong.
Never heard of it. I'm just doing good trying to beat the rookie level on college football, so I don't know. I have no idea. Any shout-outs before I let you go?
Shout out my mom. Shout out Chef Chris. Shout out Chance and Death Row and everyone. And Shout out offense too.
A generalization. Shout out to the offense. Yeah, you're good.
Everybody's got their hands up.
Number
forget me.
99, Luke Butch, your senior defensive lineman, joins us here on the Eagle Nation Coaches Show. We'll take a quick timeout. We come back. It's trivia time. College football is the title, the subject tonight. So we'll bring up offense and defense, and we'll go at trivia here in just a minute, live at Camp Briteside on the Eagle Nation Coaches Show. I'm back live here at Camp Briteside, the Eagle Nation Coaches Show. And now we've got, no, it's NCAA football. I wasn't here. I watched online. We got team trivia. Last week, it was won by 2 weeks ago. Yeah, did I say NBA trivia? College football trivia. Y'all won last time. Picked NCAA. We went with college football trivia. But before we start, we have the offense on this side, defense on this. And y'all introduce yourselves to everyone so they can hear you.
Joe Strip Matter, number 4.
Jack Covan, 66.
Davin Sedgwick, number 2.
Chance Kelly, number 6.
Jaheim Dowd, number 5.
Luke Butch, 99.
All right, we're going to go to Dave, and Dave will answer the question.
I'll ask it.
Ask the question. Just tell us who picked their. Raise your hand so we know who gets to answer.
All right. First question. What college team plays in Happy Valley?
Penn State.
Correct.
Penn State.
Thank you. That way they can hear you. Defense leads at 1-0. Question 2.
Who won the inaugural Big 12 championship game? The first Big 12 championship game.
Texas.
Got it. Texas.
It's a fitting shirt right there.
Back in 1996.
1-1. Question 3.
All right. This is going old school, but which college team did Joe Namath play for?
Alabama.
That's correct.
Follow-up question. Were you named after Joe Namath?
No.
Okay, good. That's good. All right, offense leads 2-1. Question number 4.
All right. I'm trying to find one that's age appropriate.
Meaning in this century.
Yeah.
not rated PG. It's just
No. What former NFL quarterback, Jeff George, played his college football for what school? Former NFL quarterback Jeff George played his college football for what school?
That's not in their lifetime.
That's not in their life. All right. No. Illinois.
No one would have got it. We'll go with another question 4.
Follow up on the Big 12 championship, the first one. Which coach won the first Big 12 championship game? So it was one of the coaches that won the Big 12 championship, the first Big 12 championship. So that would be Texas, right?
Was it DK Royal?
No.
Nope. Defense.
Mac Brown.
Close. John Makovic.
John Makovic.
Okay.
So no one got question 4. So we'll go to question number 5. It's 2-1. Offense is leading.
All right, let's see. We find one that they'll
A fill-in number 4 question.
go ahead.
This year, the college football playoff expands to how many teams?
I have no idea.
12.
All right, 2-2. So now, question number 5. I wanted to see how many hands would go up. Got to find a good one.
Yeah. Sorry. Which team was never a member of the Southeastern Conference? A, Sewanee, Georgia Tech, Texas TCU, Texas Christian University, or South Carolina?
TCU.
That's correct.
Oh, look at that. The defense wins it 3-2. I didn't know who it was. Offense. Yeah, I'm so used to defense winning. Sorry. All right. Hey, so we have to have a subject chosen for next week.
PGA.
Oh.
Professional golf.
All right.
All right. We'll bring it next week with the PGA trivia. Exactly right. We'll take a quick timeout. I think he's ready. Jimmy Warren will join us here for the State of the Booster Club address, and we'll get ready to close it out. The Eagle Nation Coaches Show returns in just a minute here at Camp Briteside.
Georgetown, there's a new dining and entertainment spot in town, Camp Briteside. Come and enjoy unbelievable food and drink menu in our rustic dining room or on the huge covered patio. Camp Briteside is not just great food and drink, but unmatched atmosphere that includes outdoor games, a wiffle ball field, and outdoor stage. Camp Briteside is located at 8701 Rural Route 2338, also known as Williams Drive, near Ronald Reagan Boulevard. Camp Briteside is the site of the Eagle Nation Coaches Show every Wednesday at 6 p.m. For food, fun like none other in Georgetown, visit Camp Briteside and stay a while.
Back here live, Camp Briteside, we go to the official Georgetown Eagle Football Boosters State of the Union address. Really just for the week, but Jimmy, a week off. Monday night there was no meeting. You had one the week before, but we go to week 4 on the road. The most important thing. What about the tailgate this Friday night for Leander?
Tailgate's going to be at Style Switch Barbecue.
All right.
Don't know the address. Right there by the stadium. Just one, Google it.
Style Switch Barbecue, about 4:35.
4:30, 4:45.
Come in, turn that place Georgetown blue, not Leander red and blue, and make it a Georgetown hub right before going over to support your Georgetown Eagles. What's going on lately with the Booster Club? How are things going?
Things are going great. Obviously we always need volunteers, merchandise volunteers. We've got concession stands on the sub-varsity games every week. So volunteer.
Can anybody come to a Booster Club meeting?
Anybody can come to the Booster Club meeting.
When are the Booster Club meetings?
Mondays 6 o'clock.
Monday at 6 o'clock.
Mondays
Whereabouts?
at 6 at the field house.
Field house.
Yep.
Big
Mondays at 6.
classroom. 6 o'clock.
Big
You get
classroom.
the best thing about it, especially during the season, you get the updates on all the teams, freshman, JV, varsity. The coaches bring you the highlights, talk about the game that week and kind of how things went. So you get a kind of the state of the program address from the coaches, and then a quick Booster Club meeting that usually goes pretty quick. And so an opportunity to just kind of get that inside scoop and hear it from the coaches on how things went for the week. So far, this program sits, I believe it was undefeated as a whole. Looking good going into week 4, week 1 at Leander on Friday night. That means Thursday night there'll be games at Georgetown High School. It'll be the JV, 5 and 7 o'clock.
Correct.
I believe. And so an opportunity to come out, be a part of that Booster Club. They have the merchandise out there. They can always use help there in the concession stands. But also to come out and support these Eagles as the JV will be at home. The freshmen will be on the road Thursday night over at Leander, I believe they're playing. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, Coach, got the head nod from Coach there. And so another thing going on right now with the veterans program that is going on at River and Ranch Provisions is the one I always go back to their website to go find it. Having a big raffle going on right now. Talk about that and how people can join in.
Yeah, it's a big gun raffle. You can go on their website, look it up there. They've also got, at all the locations, Camp Briteside, we've got a flyer here. They've got flyers at River Ranch. They got flyers at Mesquite Creek. And
Golden Rule, the Gold Burger. So many different.
So many different places.
You can find one somewhere in Georgetown at many places brought to you by this great group of investors. Man, they've done some great things. But an opportunity to support a great organization as they have this big raffle. Only a certain number of tickets going to be sold to this.
1,000 tickets sold. Start drawing next month.
So in October.
In October.
So that drawing goes start up next month. An opportunity to get involved in that, support a great work, and just continue to support a community that continues to support its own. It's awesome. The ownership here at Camp Briteside and all those that we just named, River and Ranch Provisions, the Gold Burger, Golden Rule, Mesquite Creek Outfitters, you just can't thank them enough. They love to give back to these schools, to these student athletes, and be involved in what a venue they put together here at Camp Briteside. A beautiful night here on the plains out off of Williams Drive. And so come back and join us next week, 6 o'clock. We'll be back here now for the rest of the season, every Wednesday night, except for there's 2 we will not be here. I believe it is. We will be Wednesday, October the 8th. We'll be at the school for the coaches show because of the Thursday night game for varsity. So we'll have some games on Wednesday night, and we'll have the coaches out there. So we'll be live at Fieldside there at Georgetown High School. And then the last week of the season will be November 5th. We'll have that November 6th. We'll have that at the school. But every other Wednesday night, we're here live, 6 o'clock at Camp Briteside. Come and join us. And enjoy these kids. I tell you what, they put out an effort. It's fun to come out of here and to highlight these students. Noah Faltasek and Luke Butch. We're waiting. We're waiting for number 9. We're going to have him. I've got to have it timed out right to bring in Bobby Boucher, special guest for you guys. We'll have 1 week. He's going to come join us live here on the interview. So it's just fun to watch Seth in his senior year. And so
I'm enjoying it.
I was about to say, as a dad of a senior, how much fun are you having? But yet, how fast is this going?
It's going so fast. I mean, my wife and I were like, it's already week 4. Like, what are we doing? It's flying. So it's bittersweet. It's good to watch all these boys. All these boys I've seen play since they were little kids and bobblehead helmets. So it's good to watch them all.
How big of for you from a parent's perspective? How big was the break on a bye week? How much? I know you had fun. I saw the pictures. On a cruise that was I need to talk to you after this with some friends of mine that I didn't realize you guys knew. But how big is a break week for your family in the season to get that time and then to back at it?
It was good. I mean, we had a break away from Seth, really. Seth stayed at home. He had to practice, so he wasn't allowed to go anywhere. But, yeah, so it was fun. It was good vacation time. We don't get many of those. Summertime's pretty busy, with camps and all that. So
absolutely.
Yep.
Friday night, 4:30, 4:45. Style Switch Barbecue, Leander, Texas. Come and join in at the tailgate. A lot of people will be there. Bring it in Georgetown. Is there any theme to Friday night's game for people to dress?
Throwback, right? Throwback, like retro, I believe.
Is that Georgetown blue different or something? Like a faded shirt or?
80s and 90s.
80s and 90s throwback, just retro. It's mostly for student section.
Okay, I was going to say, so what are those?
Schimmel
Yeah.
got it.
Got to break out
Coach.
the. Got to get
Oh,
the
no.
All right,
Please
I
be
got it
at
now.
Style Switch Barbecue
Gotta
at
get some
4:30.
jorts, right?
Yeah. Oh, gosh. This
Oh, yeah,
just
Schimmel
went,
shirts.
this went from bad to worse.
Oh yeah, it's on.
Wear Georgetown blue if you have nothing else.
My
No,
wife's not here. She's not here. Or maybe she is.
She's probably watching.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Friday night at AC Bible Stadium on the campus of Leander High School, your Georgetown Eagles start district play against the Leander Lions. A big game as Leander will be ready to go on homecoming there at home to take on your Georgetown Eagles. All I could say is I can't wait. The bye week is a fun week to just take a break. And then when it happens, it's like, this is horrible. I want to get back to football.
Doesn't it feel like we've been away for like
for 2 or 3 weeks. Yeah. And so we're ready for Friday night. If you can't join us live at AC Bible Stadium, join us live on the SHN Sports Network. First Responder Broadcasting will have the call. 6:15 pregame, 7 o'clock kickoff. We'll bring all the action to you live from Leander's AC Bible Stadium. Thanks for joining us tonight. For Coach Griffin, appreciate him always coming out here on the coaching show. And for Luke Butch and Noah Faltasek, thank you so much for joining us. We'll wrap it up. Jimmy, thanks for being with us every week. We bring you back. We never know how it's going to end the show. The Eagle Nation Coaches Show brought to you at Camp Briteside. Thanks for bringing this live to us each and every week to Camp Briteside for their support. Come out and support them. A great venue here to come out and enjoy. It makes you just want to put the phone away and enjoy just a nice, relaxing evening here at Camp Briteside. Thanks for joining us tonight. Remember, it doesn't cost you a dime to be kind. You can always check out the Live Like Knox Foundation, a 12-year-old that tragically lost his life back in April this year. Spent more time living kindness in his short life than anybody could imagine and made an impact on so many. Live Like Knox. It doesn't cost you a dime to be kind. Have a good night, everybody.
Georgetown, there's a new dining and entertainment spot in town, Camp Briteside. Come and enjoy unbelievable food and drink menu in our rustic dining room or on the huge covered patio. Camp Briteside is not just great food and drink, but unmatched atmosphere that includes outdoor games, a wiffle ball field, and an outdoor stage. Camp Briteside is located at 8701 Rural Route 2338, also known as Williams Drive, near Ronald Reagan Boulevard. Camp Briteside is the site of the Eagle Nation Coaches Show every Wednesday at 6 p.m. For food, fun like none other in Georgetown, visit Camp Briteside and stay a while.